AJ Ron,
King Aries.
and you are now tuned into BunDat Podcast.
As you can see, last time we hit the lotto, and then we spent all the money. We're back. We're back in the hood. we bought out.
Man, no, that studio was nice. We gotta go back.
Last episode we had studio, we had headsets, we had guests.
We had NSE, everything.
This episode, the label cut the record contract.
They did the Joe Budden on us, boy.
Did he returning calls? We back in the hood trying to sell mixtapes. But
that's crazy.
I'm gonna start off on a negative and I'm gonna go to a positive.
All right.
So this is BunDat Podcast. I'm bunning some shit.
Let's go.
Immediately.
Let's
go
go
into the end.
Let's do it.
So first of all, Lil Wayne, you's a sucker.
Oh, good.
I hate you. I don't like you. I hate you.
Yo.
Yeah. Lil Wayne looks like he stinks. He looks like his breath smells.
Hey,
he wears them grills.
Wait.
Nah, I know this is usually your thing, and I'm like, I feel bad. But Lil Wayne always wears yellow. Have you noticed he always wears yellow grills to match his yellow teeth?
Nah, what?
That's why he chooses yellow grills to match his yellow teeth.
Yo, nah, somebody got what happened, bro?
He's a house. Lil Wayne is a house Negro.
Okay.
You know the song Story of OJ? Listen to it again.
Yeah.
Jay-Z sneaked this in. It's called Story of OJ because OJ was popular at the time. Because I think he just got released or whatever, innit? But it's actually a subliminal. If you listen to the song, it's about Lil Wayne.
You really think it's about
Lil Wayne?
bro?
It's about Lil Wayne.
I don't know.
Listen to the lyrics and everything. It's about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's a house Negro. Lil Wayne's a we sick master type of person.
Damn.
Lil Wayne's been in the game since he was young.
14.
Since he was little, yeah?
Since he was 14.
Think about it. And then he signed Drake. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so Diddy's a boss.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's a boss.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Drake is on their level, but he's their peer.
Yeah, he is.
Why is Lil Wayne not their peer? When he signed Drake. Why is Drake surpassed Lil Wayne as fast as being a boss?
Okay, well, first of all, we gotta look at the pecking order. First of all, yo, you are on 15.
Because he signed him. How's the guy you signed?
Let me break it
a
down
boss?
to you. First of all, right, they were all screwed over by...
Yeah.
I don't want to say what's his name, Birdman, because I don't want to say his tag name. I feel like that's the worst tag name ever. Worst tag name ever, so whatever. I'm going to say Birdman.
Yeah.
Right? So Birdman got them all under some sort of...
they're all messed up.
Right? They're
So,
all screwed,
so how's Drake
right?
coming out better?
Now, the problem is there was a wrongdoing within Wayne's contract, and he didn't have the backing of the second major.
Okay.
So what happened was he signed Drake got popping, and Drake moved, right? And he's no longer under the quote.
So why Drake moving? You don't. You get the question I'm asking?
I understand what you mean, but
So
I'm breaking
Drake
down.
saved himself by doing what?
By moving, like he's directly signed under.
And Lil Wayne's been in the game way longer than Drake.
Yeah,
And so Drake saw the move for the first time
yeah,
and acted accordingly.
of course.
Lil Wayne's been seeing the moves
Yeah,
and he hasn't acted
but
accordingly.
it's personal though.
His house slave.
No, but it's
I used to
personal.
feel sorry for Wayne.
It's personal though, isn't it?
It's business, it's not personal. It's business.
No. This one is personal. This is not business. This
It's
is personal.
business. Because even if he leaves or whatever, you still live in the same house. You can sign to another label, you're still gonna come home.
It's personal.
He can't kick you out of the house. He can't not talk to you. He can't not see you. That's why I remember 50 was...
He's
50
not
was,
in the same house as
50 was saying this. 50 was saying
not in the
this.
same
When
house
50
as
was beefing with Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and they were doing a little beef or whatever,
Yeah.
to show you how it's just business, they still had to get in the same elevator on the same time of day to go to the same meetings. And remember, they were going at each other's throat.
Yeah.
And they started getting the same elevators alone and got to the same floor. No one got touched because it's business. You know what I'm saying? And then what do we hear like an hour later on the records? They want to see this there, man. I'm gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? And that's actual beef. And this is like there's no beef there. It's just wrongdoing. There's no violence.
Yeah, morally speaking, he's been screwed up.
But you see the point I just made? With the two guys that were actually beefing
Yeah.
had to, because it's the same building. They're under the same label at the time. They had to get in the elevator, go upstairs, go into different studios, and talk about each other's mothers. And then I'll see you in the lunchroom.
That must have been crazy. I don't know how.
You know what I'm saying? And this is not like any regular rap. This was 50 Cent, Super Ego, Street Thug.
Yep.
Jay-Z, Super Ego, according to his lyrics, Street Thug. You know what I'm saying?
Dope boy.
But do you see how it's like, we're gonna get in this elevator and we're gonna make this money though? So Lil Wayne can't think like that, but Drake can. That's why he's their peer. That's why Drake has become these people's PR. Another thing about Lil Wayne is like, there's a lot of people I feel a way about, but I don't hate them. I don't feel anything strong about them.
Wayne?
But with Wayne, it's like, you look at people like, look at Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah.
And he does silly stuff, he does nonsense, whatever, innit, yeah? But he does the private jet nonsense, all that other stuff that messes himself up, yeah?
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, that's great. Did he talk out of turn about the civil rights movement or any type of movement or Black Lives Matter movement?
No.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Lil Romeo came up in the same kind of infrastructure.
Yeah.
Decided to go the business way. Yeah. He's on the same Lil Wayne situation. He under a situation where if he ever tried to do his own thing, it'll be a problem. But he still does his own thing.
No, not necessarily because he...
Master P ain't gonna let him like.
No, he owns the label though.
Again, you see how? But it's business. Master P, when that conversation, do you feel that conversation was sweet? Think about it.
True. And their father and son.
And do you think how do you think that went over?
Wow. Master P not gonna let that slide.
But he still did it because as a man, he's still on his own 2 feet. And look up, he's younger. He came after Lil Wayne. Okay, Soldier Boy.
Oh my god. Yo, what we do? Like
Soldier Boy does a lot of crazy shenanigans. He told that story about the one nigga downstairs, bow in his back.
Right.
Okay.
I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga.
Soldier Boy ever talk crazy about the civil rights movement or about any of our black movements or whatever?
What? Okay.
Okay, and then financially, watch how Soldier Boy moves. Moves accordingly, makes his money.
Yeah.
Gets the latest truck, cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He probably still making money off of the Don.
Yeah, and still better than Lil Wayne.
What did Wayne do? You gotta break down.
No. But have you seen? Have you noticed I've used to show that it's not biased? I've used so many different types of. You know what I mean, and they've all come after Wayne.
You gotta tell me what's up with Wayne, bro.
And yet Lil Wayne used his mouth at that period of time to say that shit about Emmett Till in that verse.
What'd he say?
Yo.
What'd he say, bro? What happened?
The comments have been buzzing.
What'd he say?
This is the end that. Anyway, and then on record, Lil Wayne comes out and says stuff about if she's black or if she's dark skinned, just negative stuff, yeah?
No,
like,
Wayne ain't say.
On top of it,
Wayne ain't say.
It's cause you don't listen to him like that.
I stopped when he changed his name from Weezy F to what's it, Tunchi?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he Japanese?
No.
Will he ever be Japanese?
No.
Again, all these guys, these Drakes and stuff, become like they become like a thing themselves that people want to be
Self-brand.
for themselves, yeah?
Right.
But Wayne trying to be assimilating to something else. He ain't trying to be himself?
I don't know. He had truck fit, right?
I
don't know if he still.
All these people's things are like now considered royalty in the industry. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's isn't. Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I stopped listening to Wayne. I stopped when he stopped.
Right now he's irrelevant, right?
Like when he stopped rapping for real, and he kept going heavy on the auto-tune, and he stopped
that singing stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when
that singing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he stopped
as much
rapping,
as we want to diss it, or whatever. Okay. So many people came into that singing stuff after him. Yeah.
Well, T-Pain originated it, and then it got ruined.
But after Wayne, as far as because T-Pain not a rapper, no more from rappers. Lil Wayne was the guy when the rappers. So other rappers came after Wayne, yeah. They're household names like Future. They're still whatever.
Yeah.
So how did the thing that you came and brought as a rapper? He fell off that, like you just said.
Yeah.
Again. So he has a track record.
I'm not defending Wayne.
This is why I'm not shocked that a loser like Wayne would meet with a loser like Trump. Because this whole conversation has just been about Lil Wayne failing at shit. That other people with less money, less connections have come after him.
Yeah.
And done better.
And done more.
And like I said, and then he has the mouth to say stuff. He's like the proper stereotype.
Yeah.
How many kids you got? How many people?
True.
You know what he said about one of his daughters?
What?
His darkest daughter?
What did he say? Which one? Like the one that everyone knows?
He has like a dark, like
the one that everyone knows.
Yeah, he
that
said,
she's dope. Though.
Yeah, he said like, yo, like he wishes she wasn't some shit about. He wishes she was like she didn't look the way she looked because of her color.
Oh wait, and she came out and still said like black is beautiful and all of that, right? Yeah. Oh wow, but why would he? That's your seed, isn't it?
He's a house Negro. We is sick, boss. We is free. I don't want to be free. I want to go view bird, man.
Come on, Wayne.
Because remember, he because of the way things got nasty with the Birdman situation.
Yeah.
So he had the window to come out of it. What did Lil Wayne do next? When he had the opportunity to come out of that whole situation and go his own separate way, it was like complete beat. It looked crazy. Birdman's pouring drinks on him. He was suing Birdman, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
What happened next? He's back with Birdman.
He ain't back.
He back with Birdman.
No, he not.
He's back with
Didn't
Birdman.
Jay like buy out his contract and he?
And then what did he do next?
I don't know.
He back with Birdman. He back kissing on the lips. Is Lil Wayne Italian?
No.
Is he from Sicily?
No.
So he's not Cosa Nostra. That's a cheap plug. Gotta put my music up in there. I got a track called Cosa Nostra.
Rapping Cosa Nostra, how you turn friends and nothing.
So he's not, yeah?
No.
But he says he kisses men on the lips because he's mafia. What crime has Lil Wayne committed? He's trying to be a gangster rapper. You know, like we know about this gang. We know Young Fuck Shop, Lil Wayne's tour boss. We know Lil Durk in and out of prison, gunshot. What crime has Lil Wayne committed? Because we've been watching him since he was 16.
He shot himself apparently.
Yeah. That's crime? That's gangster rap?
No, it's not. It's not.
Again, 50 said it. We've been watching this kid since he was a teenager. So all the stuff he's rapping about,
That's other
when did he go to do it?
Yeah, that's
because we've been watching him in interviews. When did he go to do it? Because other people we could be like, oh, you just came into the game. We don't know about how you grew up. We'll give you the benefit of that. But we've been watching you since you was a teenager. All this grimy grown man shit you said you do it. If the cameras are always on you, when did you do it?
Shoot, I don't know. I can't defend.
Lil Wayne's dreads looks matted, like
those aren't dreads no more.
whatever it's like, it's some doo-doo nonsense.
I don't know
like
what they are.
Lil Wayne is like Lil Wayne is uglier than Flavor Flav.
Yo,
Lil Wayne's the ugliest man alive.
Yo, yo.
All that stuff he says about he's a gremlin, I believe you, Lil Wayne.
Yo,
Like Lil Wayne's trash. He's stupid. He looks like he stinks. Looks like he's breasting.
Yo,
He's little.
yo.
Yeah. Have you noticed that anything associated with that whole Lil era, anything with Lil Wayne has just burned?
Somebody, I gotta put you out, bro. I gotta put you out, bro.
I wanted to start that way.
You
like,
are on fire.
Yeah.
What is
like? When I don't know someone personally,
bro? It's been like 12 years.
when I don't know someone personally, I try to, I let you handle that. You burn them.
No, of course, I know, but this time
Lil Wayne,
it's like,
I've been sitting on this like Lil Wayne. It's like, I never want to meet you.
Damn.
I never want to feature.
Who?
I don't like you.
You don't want to
like your
feature.
taste.
Hold on. Okay,
never.
no, now he's.
Never. And you don't want about the bag.
Yes, you
Listen,
don't want to feature from
Lil
me?
Wayne got a skate park and been doing the skateboard thing for years now, and as a grown man. Why is he still not good?
We got.
You know how many years?
We got.
You know how many hours he got in the back? He got it right in the backyard. You know how many hours he puts in? Yeah, he still can't stand on the board.
Yo.
So he's just bad at everything. He's bad at business. He's bad at singing. He's bad at rapping. He's bad at dressing himself. Have you seen the stuff he puts on his feet?
Wait.
He looks like he inspired that Yeezy stuff Kenny was putting out. Because he was doing that crazy Aladdin stuff years back.
That's hey.
But yeah,
I don't know who dresses Wayne, boy.
I look like he dressed himself. But yeah, so that's how I started. Just bun Lil Wayne, bun Lil Chunchi, bun YMCMB, bun Cash Money, like just bun that whole movement. Anything associated with Lil Wayne, bun Track Fit, you will never see me in it. Anything that's associated with Lil Wayne, like bun Trump, yeah. I'm not upset with Lil Wayne because he met with Trump. I'm upset with Trump because he met with Lil Wayne.
Oh my god.
I have more faith in Trump. Like Trump lowered himself by me with Lil Wayne.
Yo.
Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne said racism only comes from black people because I've not experienced any racism apart from black people, so it's black people that I don't like and they don't like me. You ever heard like Lil Bow, or even these stupid rappers like the game and stuff that would. You ever heard anyone say some stuff against the civil rights movement so consistently?
No, and he's black, bro.
And the person, if you actually look at his contract, is literally, the argument can be made that he's literally in the situation he is because he's black. Because they would never treat Drake or anyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that he has the nerve to say stuff like that.
I don't know why he says that. I don't know why.
Because he's not winning. I used to feel straight for this guy.
I did.
He's a grown man.
I did too.
He's making decisions.
The contract is horrible. Since 14, he's been getting screwed out.
It's the new one.
That's so wild that you like he's in it. Nah, that's wild. Nah, bro. That's
so he wants to be Italian, Sicilian mafia. He wants to be Japanese. He wants to be a gremlin. Like he wants to be everything.
He called himself a Martian. Right?
He wants to be a Martian. He wants to be everything except Lil Wayne. Do you know why? Because being Lil Wayne sucks.
Ooh.
It sucks because he has to wake up stupid, ugly, and smelly. So he won't get anything else. These women, he comes and they breathe. The reason he breathes them so he can have some kind of connection to them because he knows they're just there for the money. So he breathes them. So although he's just paying the rest of his life, at least he's able to call them.
I got no defense.
You fix your mouth to say that stuff about your dark daughter. Your dark skin daughter.
No, that's. Listen,
it's like
we always come on this podcast, right, and we always big up our skin because at the end of the day, it's something that other people want. I say this all the time. People sit in that sun for hours just to get orange. They'll never get like this.
Facts.
And we could walk around in the sun, we could live in the sun. There's places on Africa that's right next and on top of the equator, and it does nothing but make us more healthier, make our skin more rich, etc., etc. A lot of people would kill for this. I've seen white people get injections in their skin, like in melanin shots, right? Yeah. I've seen the Kylie Jenner challenge where people putting bottles on their lips just to make their lips bigger, and I've seen so much stuff.
Shit,
like, and not only do they want our skin, but they want our culture, they want who we are, our essence and things of that nature. They talk like us, they walk like us, you know what I'm saying? Like
Tom Hanks' son.
Yes, which I will never co-sign. The way you feel about Lil Wayne is how I feel about Tom Hanks' son.
Nah.
Yep.
Lil Wayne's a whole different...
Yep.
Lil Wayne...
And I mean that...
He's a multi-millionaire.
No, I mean that in the... And he's Tom Hanks' son. So.
Lil Wayne's a multi-millionaire that has health problems because he drinks stupid syrups.
Yeah. Lean.
His voice is stuck like that.
Yeah.
And Lil Wayne's a guy who had seizures at a young age.
And he has...
But he's a multi-millionaire based on something he's drinking. You can fly anywhere, you can eat anything, you can be fat like Rick Ross.
Yeah. But you're choosing
in this day and age where everyone... Have you seen... What's his name? Black and Yellow.
Wiz Khalifa.
You seen his new body in this area?
No,
where
I haven't seen it.
It's cool to be like built. Yeah, he's got crazy abs and like in this area where it's cool to
be in shape.
You know, indulge in whatever you want moderately, but it's more cool to get the waters and the vegan and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne still just gremlin.
I don't know about Lil Wayne.
Just hooked on nonsense.
I was just saying that to say like our skin is like Stormzy says it all the time that our skin is a superpower, but I believe it's more than that. It's an embodiment of the people that came before us. Whew. Like my mom had to meet up with my dad to make me. Mm-hmm. And their parents at some point in time had to meet. Mm-hmm. And then their parents had to meet. And then their parents had to meet. And somehow certain people within my lineage and family tree had to meet at some point, have the children that they had, to then have the next children, and it goes down and down and down and down until you get to my great-grandfather, then my grandfather, then my father, then me. So that lineage, and that's all tied into my name, that's tied into how I look, the way my lips are, the way my beard is, everything. The type of shade of my skin is a lineage, and the name itself and the different names that I have, right, that I take pride in, is all part of why I am the way I am. I'm black like this because there were people before me that
Those
were
names
also
are from
black.
where you're from?
Yes.
They're not Japanese?
No.
They're not Italian?
No, they're Nigerian. They're my actual names, and they are names of like my great grand uncle, like my grandfather, like, you know, my uncle's bro, like so many different lineage
like
of
you, real you.
So those people had to exist for me to be here.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So my skin and my name and my features and how dark I am are all references to the people that came before me.
Yeah.
So when I walk like this, when I talk like the way I talk, when I talk about my skin, not only am I talking about myself and how I embody and embrace myself and my name, but I'm also embracing my history and my family tree and my lineage. So I owe it to those people plus myself to honor that. That's how I feel.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I know.
Hell yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I will never disrespect this.
Bro.
Ever.
Someone disrespects that every day. Every time he touches the mic.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and that's why I use the mic to uplift it. If you haven't seen Be More, go check that out. Go listen to it. Do you know what I'm saying? From the mouth of Ra, Be More.
Picture this. I hold the mic like Moses' staff, so you can see how I split the scene and make a path to walk onwards from and through more than just obstacles.
That's one of my poems, and I'm talking about what the experiences is like, what we can do to be more, to be better, and I uplift. I use my mouth and my gift with words because I'm gifted with words. I believe I am, and I use those things to uplift when I'm not battling or competing within that format. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like there's a space to be confident or to believe in your pen from a competitive standpoint if you're battling.
Yeah.
But outside of that space, what I'm more passionate about, other than battle rap, is to uplift, is to use my words and orate positivity, because this skin is constantly bashed, is constantly ridiculed, is constantly. They even have a word called blackballing. When you're
and it's a negative, it's
right,
not a negative,
it's a
thing.
negative connotation.
If there's black in the word, black male.
Yeah, somehow they've taken the
black
word
male,
black and
it's always negative.
They've
Black
attached.
sheep.
You see what I'm saying? They've attached
Black
it.
cat,
They've attached negativity to the word itself. So it is my duty as a wordsmith and as somebody that believes in our people, believes in my culture, believes in the fact that there are people that stood and existed before me to get here, and it's a blessing for me to get here, and those people are the same color as me, they act like me, they have my namesake, they have my features. I have no choice. I have to uplift. That's what I believe. So when you're telling me about what Wayne
This guy's
said,
made a career
it's
out
like
of the opposite of all of that.
it's like it's because
whole career.
I really respect his his craftsmanship with that.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you could be talented.
I respect but that's my thing. Yeah. That's why Kanye is more blatant and more obvious. I did not know this stuff you told me.
Nah,
I had no idea.
Kanye, even with the slavery stuff, Kanye
Right.
won't directly say some anti-black stuff. Like,
I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Lil Wayne's made it. You know what's crazy? Lil Wayne's
That's
made a whole
wild.
career out of saying and doing anti-black stuff.
Yeah.
And just being a house negro and being a stereotype.
That's crazy.
and all
I
that kind of
can't
stuff,
be.
yeah?
I can't be a
you know-
stereotype.
Listen to how crazy this is. He's made a whole career of doing these things, and he's failing in life. Wouldn't you think this is what would get you at the?
Well, it's negative. It's like
No, but I'm
it's
saying, when you're playing into the system, you're
Yeah.
doing everything they want you to do.
Yeah.
You should be bigger than Kendrick. Why Kendrick bigger than you? And he picking what Black Queen. You see,
Yeah.
you see how substance always wins.
All the time. Like I
Isn't
said,
it?
when he stopped rapping, when he stopped actually being who he was, which is my thing, I feel like around 2015, 16 was like the last drop of
Yeah.
who Lil Wayne actually was. And since then,
You don't know something crazy about.
but that's my whole thing. Just to wrap up on mine, I just say that to say like, I can't disrespect the Skinner, man.
Because it's yours.
can't.
Even if you wanted to, and you feel that way about other people.
Like,
Even if you feel that way about other people, you because yours.
yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's like me looking in the mirror and cussing myself out. Like, I just can't do that.
But then, like I said, he doesn't want to be Lil Wayne. He wants to be all these other ethnicities, and you will never be. Like, you would never.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I felt again.
I can't
To show
be anything
you,
but
this is something good for the ladies and for the men. To show you how being connected to someone and your name and just who you spend time with, who you lay with is so
Yeah.
powerful. I've never met Lauren London, and I felt a way about Lauren London. I felt a way about her because when she first came out, I was like, okay, another mixed race girl. What talent she gonna see? And then when she became another Lil Wayne, you know, I literally felt, because it was Wayne, I literally felt a way about her. I was like, oh, just another.
Yeah.
Listen. Until she started again with Nipsey, to just show you how,
Salute Nip.
just to
every
show
time.
you how
Rest in peace, though.
who you are around
To Nip.
can affect how you are viewed.
Yeah, the perception of you.
It wasn't just me, from the industry to just normal consumers. You could see there was a view of Lauren London, yeah? When you start messing with Nipsey, this is how quick we all, oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
like, she's amazing, do you know what I mean? Because she wasn't saying only that deep stuff Nipsey was saying,
But she was next
but
to
she
him.
was next to him.
She was next to him. She was
And you,
co-signing.
and you see how everyone was saying, just being negative about her.
Yeah.
She wasn't saying negative stuff Wayne was saying, but she was next to him. You see what I'm saying? See how crazy that is. But to wrap up my whole Lil Wayne rant is, listen,
Yeah, go ahead.
this guy's a multi-millionaire. Yeah, he could do whatever he wants in life and say whatever he wants. There's people with way more money than him, and there's people with way less money than him. And none of them have done or said a single one of the venomous things that comes out of
50 Cent has.
his lips.
On the podcast with him. 50 Cent.
What did he say?
He was co-signing, they were just talking about black women and it just made it look that like, they were just making it seem as if like,
Dang.
white women are exotic.
Like, 50 Cent with that old, I think having a baby or had a baby with that old white lady.
I don't know.
Just
I
Chelsea
I don't know.
Handler.
I just know that.
So
like,
he would.
I just know that.
50 Cent met with
they were
Trump
like,
too, right?
I believe. So. I
So
don't know.
yeah, so he wouldn't co-sign. Of course he would co-sign. Yeah, met with Trump too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So they brothers. They Yeah,
And these are people that, you know, when I was growing up, they would, man, what, 2003? What? What? What, bro? They were, I remember the first, like, time I remember even seeing Lil Wayne, I didn't even know it was him. Do you remember the song Soldier with Destiny Child?
Yeah.
And the way he ripped that verse, bro.
Look how big Beyonce is now. Why are we not that big?
I don't know.
Because remember he was doing them a favor.
Yeah, he was.
Is that everyone's just surpassed him in life?
Chris Brown, same thing.
Look how big Chris Brown is. Lil Wayne he's a walking L.
Yo.
Lil Wayne Tiger.
True.
That's why he signed Tiger.
True. And now Tiger.
He done the whole that's me.
Yep.
And Tiger and Donald said now the foolishness Lil Wayne was.
I don't think he would, because he know better than that. He know better. He know he can't say stuff like that.
Yeah, ban Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Ban Lil Wayne. I'm gonna go some positive now.
I'm co-signing that. You cannot do that. You can't especially because that's your seed as well. So you gotta see your door. So I believe that he hate himself and he see himself in his door,
But
and
to
he don't
say
like
that
that.
in the public, he's gonna give her a complex. She's not careful.
No,
she has to be so headstrong as a child.
She's already headstrong. She already denounced that. She already said, "I love my skin. I love being black, etc., etc."
Because if it's coming from the rest of the world, it's tough. It can mess you up. So imagine what you can do if it's coming from your pops.
I don't know, but I feel like she's denounced that. I feel like she's a lot more confident about her skin, and she understands what we understand, which is it's a privilege to be black. Exactly. It's a blessing to be black. It's a dope thing to be black, especially with what's going on back home. Just to segue into that before you get into the positive, End SARS is a movement that has been going on for a really long time. They've been disbanded 4 times, probably even more than that. It's only probably 4 times that we know of. Speaking to my cousins back home in Nigeria, and then basically breaking down the fact that they're being killed over stereotypes. They're being killed over the things that they earn, the work that they do, the entrepreneurship that they've had to go in based on how bad the system is, the very fact that certain people and certain ethnicities from other countries, like Asia, like China, can come into Nigeria, set up businesses and only employ their people, which constantly keeps the economy down, which forces the regular and the local people to find other means to eat, to find other ways to survive. And due to the fact that they've survived under such harsh conditions, they are still being ridiculed, they're still being chastised, and they're even being killed for what they have and what they've earned out of their hard work, out of their sweat, out of their blood, and sometimes out of their tears. When you live in a society and in a place that expects you to suffer, that expects you to die under the conditions that the government have signed off on, and then on top of the fact that they've signed off of it because it's basically a conservative government, which means they're only for people within their tax bracket, even though the majority of the people aren't. What they've then done is they've continuously added onto those problems and those pressures by inflicting damage and killing people based off of their own perception, not off of the answers of the people, not of the people that they've chastised, but the very fact that they just can't fathom that somebody can make something of themselves in the same conditions that they are also living in. And if it wasn't for the fact that they would be a police organization or police or army, they would be suffering the same way the same people that they're chastising and killing are suffering. And based on those things, SARS is connected to the police and the army, etc. And they were a movement that were going around killing regular folk, taking money from them, everything that they had, off of stereotypes, off of things like an iPhone, off of your car's too nice, off of where did you get that money from? It must have been, how did my cousin put it? She said, online fraud, internet fraud. You must have got this illegally. So based on those things, we're gonna either beat you close to death, actually kill you, or take everything that you have. And this has been going on for such a long time. It's taken me a really long time to say something about this because it's just been so heavy on my heart, man. And I just can't see those type of videos. But I can't have a platform like this. I can't claim everything that I've just claimed like my name, like my history, like my roots and my origin and everything like that, and not have this platform that I'm building and say something about it.
Right.
So SARS is not just a collective, particular group of people that derive from the police or the army. It's the whole infrastructure in general. It is the whole brutality that they are dishing out under the guise of, because we are backed by the government, we can just do what we want.
Yeah.
So that's just an example of how deep the police infrastructure is in terms of their attitude, in terms of how they move, how they think, and what they feel. Because like I said, I can't diss, like, publicly, if we're not battling in the form of battle rap, right? I can't disrespect another black person like that. I can't call myself pro-black and then turn around and do anti-pro-black stuff. I just can't do that. So how much more somebody that is in an establishment where you're supposed to be protecting these people, but you use the very fact that you are backed by the people that make the rules as a means to bend them, to break them, to inflict pain and suffering on your own people. These are people that you walk past every day. Regular people. This is not criminals. And this is why the criminality and thieves and people like that, it's almost like a business. Because those people are almost given free rein in a sense. And then the regular commoners that's just trying to survive. They're just trying to survive, They just want something to eat. Like, they just want something to live. They're the ones being chased around and chastised and being treated as if they're criminals. And the actual criminals are being able to do what they want. So End SARS is something that's been going on for a long while now. And as the world turns, somehow another new thing comes up in terms of what the rest of Western society is focused on, like the general election in America, like another lockdown 2.0, like if Boris will stay in office, which is why I always get onto Boris. I say that to say, as a British Nigerian, the fact that I'm not directly living over there, but I'm still connected to there in terms of family, in terms of roots and origin, I have to speak on this thing. I've got to talk about it. I've got to bring awareness to it. I have to say something. What's going on back home is wrong. I don't feel like my people have to die based on the things that they have. Based on the fact that they're still surviving even though you've made it almost impossible for them to survive. And we're not even talking about living life, because surviving is not even a form of living. Once you live your life,
there's no quality there.
There's no thank you. You can't, that's not how to live, but they're trying. And the very fact that the government have done things like take away food supplies, block off hospitals, stop certain, first responders from even getting to these places, and actually killing peaceful protesters. So that's another thing. These people aren't protesting because they've had enough of this stuff. And in a peaceful way. They're not breaking things. They're not taking stuff. They're peacefully saying, we've had enough of this. And they're still being killed. Which is why Muhammadu Buhari, I'll never respect him. Because if you can come out and deny what happened on the 20th of October and make it seem like... On live camera. Because he was making it seem as if those images and those things were edited. How do you edit live footage as it's happening? What we're doing right now is pre-recorded. So that makes sense. They're filming it as it's happening live on Instagram. They're tweeting about it as it's happening, as those current events are happening. And apparently there's going to be a Twitter ban, or there has been a Twitter ban on Nigeria and things of that nature. So it is up to other Nigerians in other places of the world to talk about this stuff. Because they're being silenced, they're being limited. To say things like, you're embarrassing us, and other countries should stay out Nigerian business, and Nigerians are making the country look bad. The very fact that you can come out as a president and say something like that is what's embarrassing. That just shows how much you can. And it took you nearly half a month just to make such asinine statements. And to be honest with you, those are just from the statements that I'm aware of. I was so mad that I couldn't even finish watching what was on. I couldn't even finish watching how much he downplayed the suffering of his own people. And this is what I'm talking about. And the fact that every other person decided to speak before you, your daughter spoke before you, the Ghanaian president spoke before you, other people spoke, news anchors spoke before you, so many other people spoke before you spoke, and when you spoke, you downplayed the pain that these people are going through, and if you wanted to end this thing, you could end this thing tomorrow.
He doesn't want to.
You could end it tomorrow. All the police officers and army people, go home. Enough.
Nah, he doesn't want to.
Enough.
Think, where they getting the orders from? Think.
So then when we found out that SARS was being funded by the British government, wait, what? What? Oh, this is a lot deeper than we thought.
Always the case.
This is way deeper than we thought. Okay, so that explains how you're so confident in keeping our ancient relics and ruins, our historical artifacts. You're confident in keeping that stuff. Every prime minister from David Cameron on has had something negative, or MP or mayor has had something negative to say about Nigeria, even though you're profiting off of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? So End SARS is not just about ending police brutality. It's about ending corrupt systems. It's about bringing awareness to the social injustices and the horrors that are happening back home, that the world now wants to turn and focus on other stuff. No, that's a problem back there. And that needs to stop. I don't think pregnant women need to die because they're pregnant. I don't think young people need to die because they're surviving and finding ways to eat. How do you make life political? So I wanted to say that. And I feel like I needed to say that. I owed it to my people to say that. I owed it to myself to say that. I owed it to my name and my ancestors and everybody that's here before me, my father, my mother. I owed it to my people, my cousins. I owed it to them to say something. And that's what I had to say about that. So, End SARS, Muhammadu Buhari, BunDat.
On him.
Sorry.
Do you see Desmond Elliott's speech?
It's not cool. No, I didn't see it.
You know Nollywood Desmond Elliott, the actor.
I didn't see it. So, I'm just saying that's my piece. That I needed to say that. It was on my heart for a minute, but I couldn't sit still no more. I couldn't. I've been retweeting. I've been Instagramming, but I have a platform, and I've been ill, which is why we ain't been doing this for a minute. We just come back, and I told King Aries when we come back, like, let's do it properly, right? So that's what I wanted to say about that. Hopefully we'll get more information on that. There's been a movement in the UK, End SARS UK. They've been doing a really good job out there protesting, bringing awareness just like boots on the ground, just doing everything possible to make sure that what's happening back home is being highlighted. So End SARS UK, you guys are doing an amazing job. Respect you guys and everybody over there doing what y'all doing. Thank you for helping us fight. Thank you for helping us talk and speak. But it is my duty as a co-host and as a co-owner of BunDat to say something if you have a platform. And that's what I chose to do. It's not what you guys are doing, but it's something. I feel like if you could do anything, you've done something. You've done more than Muhammadu Buhari.
Shit, bro. Nigerians everywhere around the world. There's a lot of y'all.
Come on.
There's Nigerians in Brazil, everywhere. Nigerians everywhere. Unite.
Come on.
And non-Nigerians stand with Nigeria.
Yes.
Because
it's a problem,
this is bigger than Nigeria.
Yes.
You will blink and this will come to your country, your state, your city.
Other people are talking about now. Cameroon speaking up, like Kenya speaking, everybody speaking up.
Bro, if you don't do nothing.
Come on, man. We gotta talk about
Desmond Elliott, the Nollywood actor, is gonna get banned, bro.
What?
He's like a member of, I guess, what you would call Congress or something in Nigeria. He's like
really?
big as an actor. Like the whole world, they hate intellectuals. They want to get singers and dancers and performers. Desmond Elliott is a big guy and he gave a speech.
What did he say?
Desmond Elliott gave a speech saying they basically need to ban social media. The youth. He said that's the problem. He didn't say the issue. He said the awareness needs to stop. Basically, so stop tweeting about it, stop talking about, like, listen, you guys don't respect. You're embarrassing the country.
See this? Do you see what I'm saying?
Desmond Elliott, bro, Nollywood. Someone who was and is one of the people, the ones there, came full, bro, and gave a passionate, angry, hate-filled speech about how stupid the people are and they need to stop what they're doing, and he's gonna push for things to come into force for the government to ban. He was the person instigating the Twitter ban. It was his speech. You didn't expect me to say a Nollywood actor
That made me sick.
who is being put up by the people watching his movies all these years and putting him. First of all, that he's a major part of the political running of the country.
How did he even
That's
get,
crazy.
like, how-
And then second of all, that he used his platform
To do that.
instigate the Twitter ban.
Mr. Speaker, we need to address certain things. The Nigerian youth, the social media, the social influencers, all of these are making the narrative that we are seeing today, except we are joking with ourselves. Social media, yes, though good, has its negative impact.
That made me sick.
Crazy. So Lil Wayne's out there, bro.
Him, Desmond Elliott,
There's
Muhammad
a lot of
Buhari.
Lil Wayne's out there.
And unfortunately, these people are black, and that makes me even more sad. It's kind of easier if it's white, because then there's a long history of that.
Because me, as a non-Nigerian,
Yeah,
living in London,
yeah.
seeing these images
Yeah.
for all these years and hearing all these stories and feeling these people's pain, I'm so confused watching a speech by a Nigerian,
I'm glad I didn't watch it. I'm glad.
by a Nigerian in Nigeria among the people giving a speech that clearly is showing me that he can't feel what I can feel when
Right.
I'm so disconnected.
Yeah, exactly.
And he can't feel what I can feel. That's crazy.
Nah, man. Like,
That's the root. That's corruption right there.
That
where
makes sense.
where you're on the ground, you're there, you can't feel what strangers far away can feel.
not only that, that's privilege, isn't it? He's in a privileged position. He's gotten to a point where he's in. What did you say he was part of? What did you say he was part of?
He's like part of running the country. He's like big. He's like, I guess what you would call their Congress or whatever. Right? He comes and gives speeches to the House. He's like Speaker of the House.
Really?
Yeah, everyone had to listen, and it wasn't no little speech. It was like heartfelt.
See, this is why.
angry.
So the contradictions is why I can't take. That's why I won't listen to all of Muhammad Buhari's speech. And I won't listen to that speech that you just spoke about. Because as a Nigerian, like when people ask me where I'm from, I don't say I'm British, I say I'm Nigerian. Because that's where I'm from. That's my origin. I'm born here and I'm British by birth. But my essence, my origin, like who I am is Nigerian. So I can't watch somebody that's more Nigerian than me
in Nigeria.
Say those things.
I was looking forward to this. I thought Desmond Elliott. I was like, shit.
No.
Like he's there. So you know when you see speech as a non-Nigerian, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be. I'm gonna watch this. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's with the people.
You see?
Because usually I'm like, oh, okay, he's an actor. What the hell? But usually when they pull out these actors and stuff, you're like, okay, it's gonna be for the people. It's gonna rally for the people. And again, it makes no sense because even if they're not being sincere, you can tell it helps their career because the people are what buys the movie.
Yeah.
So for him to go left with it, I was in front of my screen like, this guy was like, ban Twitter, but this guy was like, don't stop the problem, stop the ability of people to broadcast the problem. Keep the problem, but y'all stop talking about it. How dare you? He was offended. How dare you? Students broadcast this and tweet this. What's wrong with you? You have no respect. People like that are sending the orders, as you're saying, for people to get beaten and stuff.
Yeah.
People like that sending the orders.
Yeah.
How dare I put you in the dirt and you went and got a wage? You built up a house, you bought a range, and I put you in the dirt. You don't respect the poverty I put you in.
Right.
You want to go and beat somebody? You see what I'm saying? People like that make those kind of orders.
Sick. That shit made me sick, bro. Like my cousins and my family members are living in that mess. And they're in the Bekota, so they're not facing the full brunt of it, but they're living in there. They're living in Nigeria. They're affected. So Lagos and Lekki and places around there are where the high points are. But the country as a whole is affected by that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter what part of Nigeria you're in. That's wrong, regardless. It's a problem. Like, imagine, like, if this was a year ago and you asked me, what would you want to do? I probably would have said, yo, I want to go back. Like, I want to go build something. Like, my mom was building houses a few years ago.
again, as a foreigner, that's something I was looking into. Talking to my Nigerian friends, should I start business out there? Because, you know what I mean? With the oil and everything, and the infrastructure, and the people, and the football, like, it looked like a great business opportunity. Because I'm trying to go to Ghana, and I'm like, why stop there?
Exactly.
Because my friends are like, when you're there, you can just drive over.
Thank you, neighbors.
I'm looking at, yo, Nigeria is ripe. You know what I mean?
There's so much opportunity, so much things that we should be doing and should be profiting on, and we're not, because other people are allowed instead of us.
That's crazy, man.
I'll never understand.
That's crazy.
I'll never understand it. How are Asians and other people able to go in and do what they do?
Bitter old men in power. He's out of touch.
Crazy.
Privileged old man.
So that's why I need to speak on. I needed to say that. It was on my heart. I have this platform. It's not as big as everyone else, but it's ours, and we're allowed to say and speak our mind. And this is what I wanted to say on that. So
positive now.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my homie, my homegirl, my sister from another mother. Shout out to you, Lisa.
Yes,
she's now a professional counselor.
Wow.
You know, she's done the course. She's been, you know, pushing the work in a couple of years. She's got the qualification, done the degree. She's had her first client, which means that you are now a professional like that. You know what I mean? So congratulations, Lisa. You're a professional counselor. You're doing great. Anyone who sees you will get that magic pill. Their life will be turned around.
Yes, sir.
Talking to you. And Lil Ree, Ogopi, I didn't see you. When I'm cycling, I'm in tunnel vision. I'm just looking out for the cars because they're trying to kill me. So Ogopi, I looked at you, but I didn't see you.
Right.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna pull up and do a big wave. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are my shout outs there.
Okay. I want to shout out Shan. So Shan, the basketball player, she's turned pro. I want to give a big shout out to that. That's an amazing thing. And as a woman, she's just continuously breaking barriers and continuing to do her thing. Listen, when you see this, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you do. Keep being yourself. Somebody as high octane as she is, a lot of people might not understand your energy or understand why you are the way you are. It is the fact that you are high octane that people are actually drawn to what you do and respect what you do. Keep grinding. Being a professional is not easy. Can't wait to watch your games and see what you do. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Definitely wanted to say that.
Love that. Keep breaking barriers and breaking ankles, man.
Yeah, for sure. That's my shout out. I also want to shout out Reppy Hustle and Gates. Them two are very talented musicians and artists. Both of them, I grew up with them. We went to the same school and stuff like that. I was a little bit older, and to see them both doing amazing things with music, I love it. I love it. So both of y'all never give up. You guys came from nothing, and you guys are becoming something, and that's a positive. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. You got something coming up?
Yeah. So, what would I do without you, bro? You always remind me of the important stuff. I have a battle on Don't Flop. It has been moved. It would have been today, yesterday. What's today? The 8th. So it would have been yesterday, but it's been moved to the 21st. It is on Don't Flop Battle Rap League. It is one of the biggest leagues in the UK, and it's a trial against Jay Franklin. Get ready, boy. Get ready. Get ready. That's all I have to say. It's about to be explosive. About to make my mark on that league for sure. Shout out to shout out to Hulk. You guys are amazing for giving me this shot, and I can't wait to provide this content for y'all, and to bring my pen, to bring my craftsmanship, my projection, my performance, and everything that makes me AJ Raw, aka the Green Reaper, aka Rewind Raw. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to rewind me, you feel what I'm saying? So that's coming soon. That's at the Tron Run. Shout out to everybody over there. Let's make something great.
Looking forward to it. And that's what you said. Don't Flop.
Yeah. So Don't Flop.
Yeah. Make sure you guys tune in.
Those of you that watch Battle Rap know about Don't Flop. AJ Ross coming over there, man. Let's do it.
Those of you that don't get to know,
Go do your Googles, man.
Alright, so
what about you? What you got coming up, bro? What you got in the pipeline? What you got in the works, bro?
I've got a backlog of work. So I've got a couple of tracks to record. So I'll say.
What about your new joint that you just put out?
Oh, yeah, Frontline's out.
Look at that. See? You see how we in trouble? You see that?
So I've got a track out called Frontline, but it's not out. It's gonna be released December 18th officially.
Okay.
Pre-release December 11th.
Lifelines, frontline, flashing lights shining bright, gave us prime time. Crime scene, victim. Rest in peace, the young and big teen. Few were left to a chef, so they served him. Shoulda left, it when left, he went deserving.
Alright.
But you can hear it on SoundCloud. If you just go King Aries P, you just go to my SoundCloud, or it's on YouTube as well. If you go to my YouTube, King Aries, you can watch the little visualization. So you can listen to it, but officially to get it on Spotify or wherever else you listen to, Tidal, Apple Music, all that stuff. It's gonna officially be out December 18th, pre-release December 11th. It's storytelling, true storytelling about. Don't want to give too much away. You have to listen to the track.
Yeah,
storytelling
y'all go get it.
the hood back in the day, a 24-hour period.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It's I've got it on repeat every time I'm anywhere. I had it on repeat last night going to bed.
Wow.
The few people that have it illegally, because I'm looking at them like, 'cause I ain't sent it. But I know they're gonna get it when it's ready. They just can't wait to have it. But the people that have it, it's on repeat.
Wow.
They always have it when I'm around people. So
Well, you know me. I wait till the official release. I go get it. So I've gotten every song a man has put out.
But yeah. So apart from that, I've got projects that I've got a backlog of work. So I've got projects I need to record. Everything. 98% of the tracks are finished, like written. I just need to record them, and I've got projects that I recorded that need to come out.
Okay.
So it's a backlog of work. I've got a lot of music for you guys, features because all my songs are myself. I've got features coming out. It's just the politics, the dynamics, the waiting for stuff to get mixed, waiting for stuff to get cleared, waiting to link up with people. But yeah, I've done a lot of recording, and I need to do a lot. It's crazy. And the lucky ones, I've heard snippets when I did a little Instagram story, but it's only 24 hours, so you snooze. But yeah, I've got, 2021 is going to have a lot of music because it has music from 2019 at the end because I was ill, that didn't come out, and 2020 because of the lockdown.
That's
2021 is going to have a lot of music.
Let's do it.
Plus the 2021 music.
Let's do it. That's the life of an independent artist, man. So let me know what the name of the song is again for those that don't know.
Frontline, King Aries, Frontline. Frontline's the hood I grew up in. There was a part of it called Frontline, and that's where everything went down. That's where the fights went down. That's where the dealing went down. That's where a lot of crazy stuff went down. So the track's called Frontline. If you listen to the track, you follow the story pretty well. Do you know what I mean? It's just a 24-hour period in a day in the life, growing up in what we thought was normal. But as an adult, we should all get therapy because that's not normal.
Yeah.
To segue into therapy, especially my friend Lisa, the counselor.
You might need to hook me up, but I might need to.
Definitely. She's dope. There's an interview with Lil Bibi. If you're into like real underground rap and stuff, Lil Bibi. Is it Lil Bibi?
Is it Lil Bibi or Lil Baby?
No. This is light skin. This is way before these Lil Baby and stuff. Years back when Chicago was popping.
Okay.
Right. It's like an old voice. I'm just trying to make sure it's the right person because it's very important to get it because there's a lot of guys come out of Chicago and they look the same. Yeah. But they're different. But I'm pretty sure it's Lil Baby because the interview I watched a few years back, and he started doing therapy and stuff, which obviously at first he wasn't interested in. So his lawyer, that's why you should always get a good accountant, a good lawyer, a good anything you're getting, make sure it's like, it's business, but make sure they care about you, because that's how a lot of people end up getting screwed. Right. So his lawyer suggested he get counseling. So obviously he's like, man, just do your job, you don't know me like that. But the lawyer's building that rapport where it's like, no, listen, you're not just my client, I care for you. Right. And I plan to be your lawyer for a long time. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So his lawyer kept pushing this whole counseling thing. His lawyer's coming from the angle of these things I'm defending you with and defending you against. These cases, from my point of view, from my job, they're cases. But when I'm looking at them, these are things you've gone through. These are experiences that once we beat the case or once we prove your innocence or whatever, once we prove that they were shooting at you or whatever it is, so you have to shoot, but whatever it is, once we prove it, we can't just sweep it under the rug because these things still happen to you and we need to try and fix you, otherwise we're going to create a circle. And I think that maybe the law's been in the industry for a while. He's probably maybe lost clients to the grave or something, because to be talking like that, it's probably from experience.
Crazy.
So his lawyer kept pushing it, So, eventually as a young man, he saw that the lawyer's not just after a bag, he cares for him. So he took on the counselling thing, and when he went and got counselling, one of the things I didn't think of, because a lot of times, I've not gone to a professional counsellor. A lot of times we'll deal with things in-house. We'll deal with people who care about family, friends, close people, and but what came up that was dope is when he went counselling, first of all, it was a woman. And as a man, a lot of us can relate. We don't really talk to women about stuff. We try and talk to other men. Do you know what I mean? So first it was a woman, but it was a Chinese woman. Completely different demographic, whatever, innit? And he made a point that I would have never thought of if I didn't watch this interview. That's why I always make sure to try and learn from other people's experiences and life experiences, because there's things that I might not be able to find the answer to unless I listen to someone else. This guy's all the way in Chicago doing music and stuff, but because I watched his interview, I learned something that he taught me that I wouldn't have gotten myself in life from people I'm talking to.
For it. Right.
So he said the fact that it was a Chinese woman, and she's Chinese, the fact that she's different in every way from gender and ethnicity is what's really helping him as far as him developing through therapy. And the reason he says that is she can't relate gender-wise to anything he's been through or what he's talking about, because she's a woman, first of all. So even if she was like a black woman, like he's a black man from the hood, she wouldn't get tested the way he's tested. It's different.
Yeah.
Second of all, because she's Chinese and she's from a good neighborhood and a whole culture, she can't relate from the ethnic point of view, as in things that even a black woman would relate. Oh yeah, that's what happens, or whatever. So from my point of view, everything he was saying from day one was wild. That should never happen. There was no, you know how it is, nothing. And that's what really helped the session, because from the moment he sat in her chair, she said, no, that's not how it is.
Wow.
So he managed to get breakthroughs immediately, where it was like,
that's opened my mind straight up already.
So he sat in a chair and he was talking about, seeing his pops get shot at as when he was young, or whatever. And she said, no, like, no child should see family members get murdered and see friends get gunned down and have guns placed in their hand at the age of 5.
That's crazy.
She said, that's not how it is, that's not the hood, that's not life, that's not whatever, that should never happen. She said, that is trauma.
Yeah.
And it broke him down.
PTSD.
It broke him down because for the first time in his life, he realized that something he just took as
normalized.
Someone within minutes of meeting her told him that is trauma, that's a traumatic experience, and it broke him down.
Wow.
And I'm using this interview as an example just to say is, talk to people. Whether it's a professional or whatever, if you're going through some things you've seen, talk to people. Whether you think you need to talk to people about something, just talk to people. Just have conversations, talk to people, and try and talk to people. We don't want to be, I can see the reason why, we don't want to be giving our business to strangers and people that we don't understand, but try to talk to people with different points of views and different backgrounds. Don't start with something deep like Lil Baby. Just your day to day. Talk to someone about your day yesterday. Different people. And also listen to their story. Because you might find that something that happened to you yesterday, or that you experienced, or that you didn't even experience but you just saw happen, is going to affect you for the rest of your life. And you have no idea until you talk to someone that can't relate, and they will say, ooh, that shouldn't have happened.
Right. Yeah.
And that conversation might be the thing that saves you.
To help you. Right. That's crazy. But in our community, we don't really take therapy seriously, and we should. Black people in general have been through a lot. We've been through a lot of shit. And we still go through a lot of shit. We go through things on a daily basis. We definitely need to get therapy and get that thing sorted out. You know what I'm saying? Because as you're saying that, I feel like you're talking to me in some sense, in some respects. Like, there's a lot of things that you see growing up and that you go through constantly that you might need to let out. And you might need to speak to somebody about it, and for them to actually give you an actual perspective on what it is that you go through and how to grow from that. So I respect that so much, and I'm definitely going to look into it. You said it. In Kusi, I know you said it. I know you probably screaming at the screen when this comes out. Yeah, it's something we should look into for sure, bro. For sure. Because as you were saying it, my mind was my mind was running, bro. And
that's how I felt watching the interview.
You know, that's crazy.
Because stuff that he was saying in that interview, other stuff, was stuff that I've been through and I thought was normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this young man, this young rapper was saying, no, this Chinese woman told me this is not normal, that I went through this. And it was as if he was telling me indirectly, it's as if I had a session with her where I was just like, for the first time in my life, I also realized, that's not normal that I went through that. Because it's not normal that it's not normal that I can relate to this guy in Chicago and going through
what?
And it's not normal.
Right.
He's like, they're right. Do you know what I mean? And I had to sit down and also really be like, whoa, for the first time in my life, everyone around me was not condoning it, but it was like, yeah, you know, it is what it is.
That's just how it is. Yeah.
You know, you did what you had to do, because they can all relate, and that's why it's important to talk to someone that can't relate. Crazy.
That's mad. That's mad. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it. Unless you want to do anything else.
No, we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap it with the. We're gonna wrap it with the BunDat. Like,
let's do it.
Lil Wayne gonna get this work.
Let's go. So first off,
Lil Wayne, Tunchi, Weezy F Baby, Truck Fit, Gremlin,
Martian.
Is the remix, baby. Birdman Jr. Whatever you wanna call yourself. Yeah. BunDat. Just BunDat. Yeah.
BunDat.
Yeah.
BunDat, man.
BunDat.
You can't do that, bro. Yeah. Come on, man. All right. Muhammad Buhari, SARS, police brutality, criminal and social injustices, and just the killings of Nigerians and black people in general, but specifically Nigerians in Africa. BunDat. That ain't cool. That ain't right. Should not be happening. Communists should be allowed to be commoners. People should be allowed to work. People should be allowed to be entrepreneurs. People should be allowed to be self-employed. People should be allowed to have nice things. People should be allowed to have phones, like, and cars.
Normal.
Just regular things that we don't even think of over here. Nah, that ain't cool. I had to BunDat.
Say his name again. Let's bun him again.
Muhammad Buhari. BunDat.
God. Let's wrap up.
Alright, so it's been AJ Raw,
King Aries.
You just finished listening to BunDat Podcast. Y'all make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your mom to tell your auntie to tell everybody. Subscribe, we're working. We out.
We're gonna piss off that one last Lil Wayne fan. That last fan he has.
I ain't a fan no more, boy, after all of that.